guys, how's it going? Kevin Cleary here with a first impressions video on a Bestech knife that has been all over the place. It is a kombu design, and I have to say I've been pretty drawn to his designs, and I've almost picked up a couple of other knives from him, but this is the first one that was compelling enough for me to go out and pick it up. And you've definitely seen this knife around, especially in the black and blue configuration. I went with the bronze and satin configuration because I'm not a fan of black coated blades. I just find they always end up getting all marked up, so I generally avoid them. But this is the Bestech Fairchild, designed by Kombu, which everybody is aware of at this point. Fairly large knife. Let's do a quick rundown on the features and then the specs, and finally I'll give you my overall thoughts on this as I've just kind of opened this up and been able to sort of take a look at it. All right, so up front, we have this large drop point blade with a flat grind. They've done a really nice job on the sharpening choil here. And overall, it's actually a bit of a hollow grind in this portion. It kind of transitions to flat. Really impressive grind. And I'm printing it all up, but I love, look at this, is a great satin finish. I just love to see those grind lines like that. You can definitely notice the transitions there, which is the other thing I love about satin blades. Big swedge up top here and very thick blade stock. This is like 5/16 thick, so over an eighth of an inch thick. The only thing is, I wish they would have kept that width all the way back here. Like you've given me jimping for my thumb, but on a narrow part where when I choke up, my thumb lands on that nice thick portion of the blade, and I do like that a little bit more. All right. This is on bearings, which is pretty much expected at this point. S35VN steel, if I didn't already say that. Now we're moving on to the action. On bearings, lock bar is quite accessible. This is not a flipper. As you can see, it's got the deployment hole. It does spidey flick very, very well. So really satisfying action in that regard. If you go to spidey flick it on the left side, it can be a little awkward because it's easy to get your fingers on the lock bar there, but you can also roll this knife open as well. Handle here is going to be, in my case, bronze anodized titanium, really nicely milled out both externally, so there's some interesting design work happening here, and then internally it's milled out as well to save weight. You can see that sort of open backspacer. It's not floating so much as it is just cut away from the frame. And then the last thing that I'll briefly touch on, and obviously I'll have more to say about this once I've got some experience with this knife, is this pocket clip. That's the only thing that I sort of have questions about. I actually am I really enjoy this design. It's very cool, nice and thin behind the edge despite the very thick blade stock. Like I'm very interested. I like this design a whole lot. The action is very satisfying. This is a big knife, by the way, but this clip, I like that it sort of blends in with the design, and so in that sense it doesn't take anything away. But if you look at the show side, the show side is just a little bit cleaner. The clip sort of confuses things a little bit, and I feel like they could have incorporated it just a little bit better. So those are the things that stand out to me as I get this out of the box and kind of go over it with you. Now, size and weight on this is a big knife, guys. 9 1/8 inches overall. I guess that's not big. 4 inches on the blade, 5 1/4 inches when closed. All right. 4 inches of grip area, so that's here to here, plus this very substantial choil when you choke up on the knife that way. The weight on this is 6.1 ounces, so for a knife of this size, that is not bad at all. The blade stock, I've already mentioned, is 5/16, and the knife is about 1/2 inch thick in most places, but down here at the butt where the clip ties into the handle, you can see that it's quite a bit thicker. It gets almost up to 3/4 of an inch down at the butt end there, although the thing about that is that portion never goes in your pocket. It's sticking out past, so it doesn't really affect the way it feels in pocket at all. So there is a quick look at the Bestech Fairchild, designed by Kombu. This is the knife they've had all over social media, and it's a pretty nice knife. And I definitely, when I saw this knife initially in the black, I was like, that's a pretty cool design, and I definitely want to get my hands on it. And then when it was available and there were different colors, I was like, oh, that's even better, because now I can have sort of exactly the knife that I want rather than being stuck with the black, although the black and blue is pretty striking. So there you go, guys. That's a quick rundown on the Bestech Fairchild. Go ahead and check the description box. You'll see a link to White Mountain Knives. If you use that link, I think, at least as of the recording of this, they still had some in stock, or Justin still had some in stock. So go over there and pick one up if you want one. I can't say that that'll be the case, if you watch this, I don't know, a month and 2 months down the road, or even today. With my luck, they're all selling out as I'm saying this. So anyway, thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And again, use that discount code. It does help the channel. We will talk to you soon.